Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to CryptoCraft Feed the Beast. We are here in our little base area that we saw last time. Nothing much has changed yet. I did put an ender chest out here, kind of like a transportable personal safe, although we have to pick that up with the silk-touch pick, but it does give us a secure storage that everybody can use, and it's nice that the regular ender chests are still available here. So, for this episode, I think what we want to do here is look at the beautiful rubber trees that have grown again. No. We want a power system that is going to be able to sustain us for a while, without too much extra input. So, what I've decided to do, let's look at the usage of these force gems here real quick. Come on. There we go. If we look at the output in a squeezer, we get liquid force, and looks like we can even use force logs if we can find a tree, which would be a great renewable source, so we might go hunting at some point, or we might see if anybody else has picked up any of those saplings. But really the point is, we can use these force gems, which are reasonably plentiful, to power all of our needs. Oh, I did do a little bit of upgrades to my doorway here. You sort of see the pressure plate. It's an obsidian shrouded silent pressure plate, so I can go in and out without having to play with the levers like I was doing before. Anyway, so what we need to do here is we need to make a couple of these force engines. We'll probably just start with one and get one of them going, and we'll use that to power our initial setup for buildcraft things. We can power all of our thermal expansion and different machines like that. So let's go back into our kitchen here and start making. We need cobblestone and some sticks. That's enough sticks. That's enough cobble. Okay, first of all, we need 2 force gears. So let's first make the stone gears. There we go. We need to make some more force ingots. Gold seems to be the best option to use for those. I'm going to have to make more gold, or process more gold here. And there we go. Looks like we got just enough for one engine here. And we also need to make a piston and some glass. That could be... Oh, no, there we go. Some glass. We need iron. We need redstone. Got lots of cobble on me. We need some wood. Okay. Some wood that way. I really like the new drag mechanics for crafting. Makes life so much easier. There we go. 1 force engine. Now then, these force engines are pretty cool. We'll actually set it up here for the moment because we can play with this a little bit. If we put one of these gems in here, we get a bucket of liquid force. And we also need a redstone signal, which I should have a couple of levers around from when I... There we go. These are the levers that I took off the door. Okay, so that'll make our engine run. And we can also add... Let's go grab a bucket. Do I have a bucket? I have a bucket of water. Let us go and going to take this bucket of water, we're going to dump it in here, and we're going to get a bucket of milk from a cow. Because one of the cool things here is these force engines have a throttle and the fuel source, and when you provide a throttle liquid, then they produce more power than they would otherwise. So like right now, if we were to turn that on for just one tick, see it used a little bit of the milk, a little bit of the force, and we got 140 MJ in there. So with using the liquid force, the force engine will produce 4 MJ per tick, and if you give it milk as a multiplier, then it multiplies that by 2.5, so the engine produces 10 MJ per tick. And then the other thing that it does, or the most powerful thing you can use, is crushed ice, but we don't really have a way of making that at the moment. Why is that? I was just looking at the mini-map and it was shifting back and forth. Kind of weird. Apparently, I guess I can pipe that out. Now that we have a little bit of power, we're not going to leave that here. I don't think I can get that liquid force back out of there easily. So I'll probably... Let's just do that. Let's just charge this table up and see how much we get before we run out of liquid force. So you'd see it's producing 10 MJ per tick with a throttle of 2.5, which is pretty nice. Makes this a pretty powerful engine to work with. And these force gems, like I said, they're not super common, but they're not super rare either. I think we can track down a large number of those fairly easily. All that power we're getting stored up here. We'll have to make some interesting force stuff. Let's look what we can make. Let's see. What do we need? I wonder if the force rod can be recharged in some way. Let's grab that and the upgrade tome. We'll put him in the middle. Can't upgrade with those. That doesn't seem to be a workable solution. Those are high level. Okay, so we don't seem to be able to use... Oh wait, I don't have the upgrade tome in. Nope, that doesn't seem to work. Okay, well, it is worth a try. How much fuel? We are at 770. Looks like we still have a little bit of throttle left. It goes pretty quick with the with some of the types. It takes 3.5 buckets of milk, or 3 1/3 buckets of milk per force gem to use milk as a throttle. But when it runs out, the engine will still produce power. It just won't produce as much. I think ultimately what we probably are going to want to do is set this up with a crushed ice producer and have it just load up crushed ice into our force engines. But initially, we're probably going to just use them without any of that extra stuff. Okay, so we need a place to put all of this stuff. And one of the other things that I think I want to work on is making a system of staircases that are going to go through the walls and meet up, build bridges across the areas. We might possibly expand this corner out a little bit so that we can get across there. Now that we have a way to produce power, we'll just need to actually set up a power station, which I need to dig out a spot for it, and I don't want to just dig holes on camera. That's not doing what I want. That's what I want. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's make some half slabs here as well. Or slabs, rather. Grab some of these. We have too many things. Let us put some things away. There, that'll do for now. Let's go up to the enchanting room. Get through this tree. And I think we want these pathways to be too wide, because otherwise it's going to be very difficult to move around. And I want to do a lot of the pathways where they're embedded into the walls, but this one's kind of an exterior pathway at the moment, so it'll be okay this way. Hey look, this tree is convenient. So I think what we want to do is come off of here, bridge across to this wall, and then we'll build a tunnel that kind of arcs down. That's not quite what I had in mind, but at least it gets us the blocks up there. Take those out. I should go get my shovel. And we're going to just take and we'll probably replace all of the floor with different slabs and such. I need to get some torches, because otherwise this place is going to get pretty dark and dangerous. Oh, I also enchanted my boots with, I added Feather Falling 2 onto them, so that makes taking those falls a little less painful. Let's go get some torches. I think I can get some torches anyway. That's not what I wanted. I also made some processors that we're going to get into applied energistics with here fairly soon. Don't have the... I guess let's take this and make some charcoal. Don't have the rest of the components made quite yet, and we need to make a place to start building out the system in. Okay, let's start with that. Once we get a place to actually build the words, they are disappearing from me. Once we get a place to start building out the applied energistic system, which we could make use of one of these side, possibly build a tunnel off of the staircase on this side, or... Actually, you know what? Let's not turn this into a staircase going down quite yet. We also need to set up some hidden lighting so that the lights aren't all visible. Let's take this back into this wall a little ways. This should be, yeah, it's quite a ways above my area. Let's grab this. Let's grab all the things while we're here. Mining with Nighthawk. That's the way it goes. There's substantially more of this than I thought there was. So let's see here. Should be almost done with it, right? There we go. Let's put a torch up there. Let's see here. We want to go... I think I wanted to bring this down to the right, But we also want to have... Let's take this back a little bit more. We also want to have kind of on the edge here. Maybe going back into this wall a little bit. Have a pathway. It could end up with an extra staircase right there. Oh, look. Certus quartz. And a full inventory. Thunk. Let's put things in here. That'll do. Okay. Building pathways. Loads of fun. But this Certus quartz is stuff that we are in grave need of, especially as we start getting into applied energistics. I think if we start going down here, let's change these to full blocks. Go slabs. Kind of start turning this around a little bit to the right. Go, and we'll need to do something with the walls at some point as well. But for the moment, I'm just going to leave them the natural stone. Just because I think that will look pretty good anyway. Let's go like so. Now the question is, where exactly is this going to intersect? Let's go get my shovel, because we will need that. Yeah, let's see. The shovel is here. Yeah, there we go. It's really amazed me how much had changed just in a couple of days. On how much stuff had been built. I'd kind of like it to show up right around here, but I don't know if I'm turning it fast enough for that to happen. For the moment, let's take these out so I can make a quicker way up. And what Y is this? 32. Let's take this out. Curl it right around. And we'll continue making this more and more around. Go. And come right around the corner here. And blocks. close to our target level. Or... I don't think I really wanted to do that. Guess it could be okay. Go one further this way, though, I think. Could be okay. Let's see, where are we at? Some more of this. I still need to enchant more of my tools, but I don't have the levels for it quite yet. So down around. There we go. I think that could work okay. Let's take this down one more level. And we have our cows. I think we want to take the cows... That's a temporary spot for the cows anyway. I think what we want to do here is leave it like so. That's kind of rough right through there. We might need to widen this out a little bit more. Let's take this here. Again, I never claimed to be a builder, but I can pretend on occasion. No, that made that part worse. This part, however... That... That, and... I think maybe if we go... That could work. Needs more on some of the other walls, but that could work as a starting point. Let's get out of the block. Let's trim the rest of this out with the stone bricks. We might change to this brownstone at some point, but for now, what we have is a reasonably nice looking pathway going up. Kind of needs that little extra bit. Something kind of like that, I guess that works. And now we're up here. We got some nice paths. This tree isn't going to grow as tall anymore, but that's okay. Let's just cut a little bit of a pathway on this level. And we're out of those. Okay, let's make some more real quick. Just because that's what we do. A little bit more of a building episode than I had originally intended, but that's okay. Got to do some building sometimes. And then I think what I will do for the to get the next episode ready is get a spot cut out for the power station, and maybe I will just cut a little bit of a path this direction and make a room back in here that we can use, and then we can take, I don't know, we'll take power piping somehow, I guess. That's not what I want. There we go. Start to make a nice little pathway here. And what I'm thinking is we might have some of these that just kind of go through the walls a little bit more than others. I need to make this pick I need to get efficiency added to this pick. And then just have little spots where the pathway might cut closer to the outer edge. Oh, more of this stuff. Gotta get all of this stuff that I can. Just keep cutting. There may be little spots where it goes through. Need to take this down a level because that is what level I put these slabs at before. Okay, let's slab this part up, and I think we will be calling it an episode. I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be, but I'm going to call it here anyway. There we go. Actually, you know what? This is going to switch to these and slabs across there. There we go. And it doesn't really matter that the other side is slightly higher. In fact, I think that adds a little bit to the character of the whole environment. I kind of like things when they're not just purely symmetrical, personally. So that's the way it's going to work on this side. And maybe we'll go into the power station kind of in a weird direction. Kind of on a corner. Maybe. Or maybe it just comes into this tiny little, or this little alcove here, and then turns into where the power station ends up being. Iron. Definitely going to need more of that, and I have no inventory space for it, of course. Do I have anything I can get rid of for the moment? I don't need a pressure plate. Let's put a torch here, and I think that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think the overall progress that we're making here is pretty amazing. I wish I'd been involved in more of it, but such is life. The universe and everything, and things of that nature. We'll have to bulk up some of these spots. We have to be careful about going down because we're right above the building here. I think the general idea here is going to work fairly nicely. We'll have different staircases and bridges. I might actually start working on a staircase up to the next level, like through one of these archways or something. And this can be finished up a little bit nicer with some archways over here. Not the best on the aesthetics part of things, but we make progress a little bit at a time, and it all starts coming together. With that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!